Hello friends, hope you are doing good. Every firm competes in the industry and few of them become successful and few may get stuck in the competitive environment to find the best way to sustain and to maximize their return on investment in the competitive environment. Different industry has different types of offerings to their customers, and hence every different firm operating in that specific industry need to compete on different competitive factors, which are not only allowing firms to develop the competitive advantage, but are those factors which are closely related to the customer expectations and thus can become the critical success factors for the organizations. Strategic Canvas is a tool that will help firms to understand the competitive factors in that industry and compare themselves with the competitors to understand where they are standing and where they need to be better than their competitors, so that a competitive advantage can be created and firms can not only be able to meet the customer expectations but can also become successful. Let us understand what is Strategic Canvas, how it is used by the firms as a strategic tool and develop a competitive advantage. Let's begin. So Strategic Canvas is a visual tool used to compare and contrast the strategic position of different competitors within an industry. It is essential component of blue ocean strategy and helps businesses to understand the factors that influence competition in that industry. The Strategic Canvas can provide a clear view on how companies are competing along with the key factors, helping businesses to identify opportunities to create unique value proposition that will help them to stand out from the competition. The Strategic Canvas is typically divided into two axes. On horizontal axis, which represents the key factors that are important to the customers in the given market or industry, and on the vertical axis it represents the level of offering or performances of those key factors which are shown usually from low to high. So let us understand how this Strategic Canvas is being used. First thing is to identify the key competitive factors. That means here all those firms which are competing in a specific industry, they must identify which are those critical factors which will help organizations to compete as well as to develop the competitive advantage. For example, price, quality, customer service, innovation, timely delivery of the product can become the competitive factors. The second step is to plot the current state of play, that is current state of the competition. So here companies can plot their own performances against the competitors along these identified factors so as to visualize where they are standing as compared to their competitors. In the next step, the company can identify what is the gap where they are failing or where they are not better as compared to their competitors, or where if they are better or how they can improvise onto it so that they can convert it in the form of opportunities. And the next is the developing the new value curve. By altering the value curve, that is the line representing the company's offering across the competitive factors, firms can reimagine their strategic direction by making corrections in the competitive factors to carve out a niche in the market, often leading to new uncontested marketplace. So here companies can identify the areas of improvement based on those identified competitive factors. By improvising on those competitive factors, companies can lower the competition and they will remain sustainable and able to earn maximum profit. Let us understand with one dummy example. Here we will be discussing about the Indian airline industry. We are considering here three companies, though the names are real, but here the numbers which are given, they are just the imaginary or dummy numbers. These numbers are nothing but the ratings which are given on the scale of 1 to 10. 1 means the poor, 10 is the best ratings. And the competitive factors which we are considering here for airline industry is the service quality provided by these companies, the price of fares which are being offered by these companies, frequency and flight routes are being considered here. Let us look at the table. Here if you look at the service quality of Indigo, which is given 5 as the rating, that means as compared to Air India and SpiceJet, Indigo's service quality is lower. That means Now here, if the company can able to compare themselves with the other competitors, they will able to understand that they are inferior or they are poor in terms of providing service quality to their customer. Whereas for Air India, if the rating is given as 8, that means Air India is providing the best service quality in Indian airline industry as compared to other competitors here as compared to Indigo and SpiceJet. Similarly, for price, frequency and routes, the ratings are given, and based on these ratings we can draw a graph. So strategic canvas is simply nothing but canvassing or drawing the graph based on these competitive factors and the ratings given to each of the competitive factors. So any factor, or on this line graph, any factor, if it is at the lower end or if it is in a declining level, that means these are the areas where the companies are required to improvise. If they can improvise on these competitive factors, so obviously the strategic canvas is going to get changed. And if companies can improvise on these competitive factors, they can easily compete with their competitors, they can make their customer more satisfied and can retain their customer for longer period of time, and will be able to develop a competitive advantage and can remain sustainable in the competitive environment. So the strategic canvas is simply nothing but a graphical presentation of the strategy factors, or we can say the competitive factors on which these companies which are competing in the industry can compare themselves, where they are standing, where they are doing better than their competitors, or where they are required to improvise. And accordingly, the strategic decisions can be taken by the company, and from this competitive market they can try to create a new uncompetitive market, or we can say they can create this competition irrelevant if they are able to provide better services or offerings to their customer as compared to their competitors. Let us understand how this strategic canvas has been used. The first is visualizing the competition. The strategic canvas gives a clear comparative view of how each competitor stands in terms of different competitive factors which matters to the customers. The second is to identify the unmet needs. The strategic canvas helps companies to identify factors that are underserved or overserved, which can lead to innovative strategic decision making. And lastly is to reposition. The strategic canvas will also help businesses to identify opportunities for differentiation, enabling them to shift from crowded competitive spaces to create a new unoccupied blue ocean, new market where the competition is absolutely not relevant. I hope you have understood what is strategic canvas, how it is prepared, and how strategic canvas is used by the companies for making the strategic decisions. In our upcoming video, we will be discussing about the blue ocean. What is blue ocean, what is red ocean, and what is blue ocean strategy, and what is the 4 action framework. By answering to this 4 action framework, how firms will be able to create a completely uncontested market, that is a blue ocean for themselves. Stay connected. Thank you.